Starting my Anthem of the Seas cruise from Dubai was anything but easy. First, I was dropped off at the wrong airport terminal, then faced more chaos at the cruise terminal, with long lines and some type of computer problem. But once on board, things finally calmed down, and in this video, I'll share my full embarkation experience, plus tips on dining, the muster drill, entertainment, and what to expect if you're boarding from Dubai. Hi, I'm Bonnie from Voyage Cruise and Travel, and with more than 51 cruises and 72 countries behind me, I share cruise tips and travel stories so that you'll feel confident planning your next vacation. I actually flew into Dubai the day before the cruise and landed at Terminal 2. You have to understand this airport. Terminal 2 is a literal taxi ride away. It's on the other side of town. Now here's what I didn't know at the time. Terminal 2 is really just for budget carriers like Fly Dubai, and it is a 15-minute taxi ride away from the main airport, which is Terminal 3. And the shuttle bus only ran to Terminal 3. So I ended up splitting between two terminals. My Royal Caribbean driver was waiting for me at Terminal 2 the next day because of the time frame and the airline I gave him, but I was standing at Terminal 3 trying to figure out why I couldn't find a Royal Caribbean representative. A little difficult, I just really don't know. I came from my hotel here, and this is the beginning of my trip to the Spice Route. And let's see how this goes. I have to try to find Royal Caribbean. I came in a day early and my terminal is completely on the other side of town. So I'm coming into the more popular terminal thinking hopefully someone will be here, but we'll see. To make a long story short, it was a $40 taxi ride across town. I finally met up with my driver, and instead of a big bus full of cruisers, it was just me in a Lexus. Definitely not what I expected. My first tip is make sure you check which terminal your flight arrives into before booking transfers. So if you land at Terminal 2 in Dubai, your shuttle or transfer may not pick you up. You might as well just take a taxi from the hotel. It'll be the same price.
So now we are going to the meeting point.
I chose Anthem of the Seas because of its unique itinerary. Royal Caribbean isn't usually based in Dubai, but this sailing was repositioning to Singapore for the winter season. It gave me a chance to follow the Spice Route through Mumbai, Cochin, Penang, Phuket, and Singapore, with plenty of relaxing days at sea. Make sure you check out my Anthem of the Seas playlist for more information about this region. I did a yellow boat tour and a desert safari. This gives you a good idea of what to expect. It's very quiet. Basically, I had to get my tag because I wasn't able to print it. And then you just get it over there. They unload your luggage for you and bring it over. They take it. And now it's on to check-in. There's only one cruise ship here, so I must have to go this direction. Hi, good, thank you. This is amazing traveling. You just learn so much about different places and how they operate. And there's a ton of people in line over there. I'm not sure what is going on. So it's a big place. You have to show your Indian passport over here. And then, like I say, this is a huge place. It's like a mall. When I finally got to the Dubai cruise terminal, it was completely chaotic. It seemed like they're really caring about the times. It's more like get your luggage checked outside, come inside, show your visa, stand in line. There's no really order here. Computers were down, people were standing in line, the staff seemed overwhelmed, and lines dragged on for an hour and a half. So this is like kind of a mess. There's no organization at all. Confusion, we got people checking over here. I don't know. I would recommend, even though I had an assigned time, I came early, and just be very patient. Pack some water and maybe even a snack, because you never know how long you may be waiting. We had to just stand in line. There were no seats to sit down at, so sometimes the process can take longer than you expect. It was like what should have been, because I had my visa. I have an Indian visa and a picture, and then this, the check-in Axel. That's it. That's it. Now we go to security. The guy's taking the pictures over here, and here we are finally at the ship. So here is our gangway. And now we have to walk in the heat this direction. This is how we're checking in, and there's nobody behind me. Once on board, it almost felt like a port day because Anthem of the Seas was overnighting in Dubai before sailing out. I am on the 13th floor. I've gotten on. It is such a quiet embarkation because people are getting on little by little and we're overnighting here. It's really different. It's very empty. Not a real festive time, but I'm just happy to be here. And I went immediately to my cabin, my studio cabin. Oh my goodness, this is really teeny. This is like a train. I feel like I'm on a train in here. This is a teeny space, but it's cute. It's just really small. Another perspective. So I wouldn't say this is a functional room. It is not a room for more than one person. Embarkation day can feel exciting and overwhelming all at once, so here are a few tips to make your first day on board smoother and more enjoyable. The muster station is very easy. You just go to your designated area. They scan your room key to make sure that they have you checked off, and you can watch the recording on your phone or in your room on the safety procedures. So like I said, do that first thing, and that way you don't have to worry about it. Coffee before I go. Here's a tip. If there is a show you want to see, like Spectra, the cabaret show, has limited seats in the 270 lounge, book it right away because those seats disappear quickly. There are 3 shows that are offered and you need a reservation. So I got the very last seat because they're a party of 1. So that's another advantage of being by yourself. You can get fitted into places. I ran into some people today that I met yesterday, so that's fun. I mean, it's like even though it's a big ship, it's still not really that big. This is deck 5 looking down. So they have been at sea for 28 days with no one on the ship. So we're the first people on since then. But Wonderland's here, and I guess Izumi's is over there. So it's a little different. It's not up on the top. And they have the Bionic bar. I forgot about that. It makes drinks, and I'll show you that later, but that's fun. Those 2 things are robots. If you've chosen traditional dining, main dining, with either early or late sitting, check your table assignment on day 1. You know, it's funny, I think they must have me down, they must know. I was on this particular style of ship once with my husband in Alaska. I'm happy to have my own little table right here. The setup of the room. But I just don't, it's hard when I have a table like something like this, where I'm in the middle and I'm taking pictures. It bugs people. I mean, I think it does, but so now I have this. This is easy. I'm happy about it. If the location is not what you're looking for, talk to the staff right then and there at the host or hostess station, and they will usually be happy to adjust it or try to accommodate you with some other arrangements. If you've chosen My Time or Anytime Dining, you don't need to worry about checking your table ahead of time. Just make a reservation or walk in at a time that works best for you. You can pre-select your time with the hostess station. I think people are understanding what I like. It's a relief, honestly. You're giving me my separate table. You just have to do this about 100 times and then they get it. Hi! For dinner on the first night, I recommend Izumi's as an easy first night option. I'm gonna eat here tonight at 6:30. It seems that the staff is attentive, and in the main dining room it can get chaotic, so I really do enjoy specialty dining the first night. Every time I come here, I find something different. Or a vegetarian roll without. It's pretty. It's nice. This is a lot of food. It's nice. favorite, the punchy green tea, mango, and strawberry. Exploring the ship on day one is always exciting. Anthem has plenty of open decks, pools, the solarium, jogging track, the sportsplex. So I went and checked all that out. And then over here we've got some shops. Here on is the pub Brass and Bach. I remember they have live music there. The restaurant, Chops. Specialty restaurants are often easier to book on the first night, and service can feel more relaxed, and you won't be missing out on anything in the main dining room since night 2 usually runs smoother. Not sure what day I want to eat here, but I just thought I'd look around here for now because it's open. Coastal kitchen, and that's for sweet guests. Make sure that you get to the Windjammer for your food, or you can go to Sorrento's Pizza as well. But the Windjammer buffet is open till 3:30, and so I got something to eat before it closed. I always like to focus on vegetarian or gluten-free because those people often get ignored. So we got dal, curry, lentil, roasted potato wedges, fava beans with chickpeas and stew and vegetables, and beef curry, madras, and some type of salad. I did like the variety. There was plenty of options. Things are set up pretty much the same place each time, so it was nice to get familiar with the setup there. Vegetables, Brussels sprouts. So one of the things I enjoy about Royal Caribbean is their balance of variety and consistency. So whether it's their adventurous itineraries, the theme nights, or simply the way they make dining easy to fit into my day, it feels very traveler friendly. Every cruise line has its own dining personality, and Royal Caribbean is no exception. What I've shared today comes from my own personal experience, but I'd love to hear yours as well. So do you prefer the set time tradition of main time dining, or the flexibility of my time dining? Let me know in the comments. Get some more lemonade. Pretty warm though.
Beautiful Anthem of the Seas. My name is Anton and I'm your Windjammer manager. And together with our amazing Windjammer food and service team, wish you a pleasant and wonderful afternoon.
Getting on the ship early, it just makes things go a lot smoother, way more relaxed. And I did everything I needed to do, and I have a massage coming up. And then I did just walking around. I got to eat some lunch. There's even Johnny Rockets, so there's a lot going on here. And so now I'm just relaxing in the solarium. 4:30. There's supposed to be a little get together for the Diamond Plus and Up, or Diamond and Up members. They were doing a welcome champagne get together, which was very nice. I have sailed on Royal Caribbean often, and I'm actually a Diamond Plus member. So that's another thing. If you are loyal to Royal and you go on them often and you join their program, you can end up getting things like free laundry, free drinks. I get 5 free drinks a day, free coffee. There's specialty dining. I think you get something like wine or something with dinner. So these things really are nice little, perks, I guess you could say. And I do enjoy that. It's very nice. So they do have quite a loyalty following because of that. Our sail away party will be tomorrow at noon because we're not sailing away yet. I found out about Embarkation. I'll give you some lowdown on that. It turns out that they were having some computer issues. We're in line for, I guess it opened at 9:30 or something. And people came straight from the airport to the check-in because they were tired. They've been traveling all night, but some people came from London and just various places. And I know what that feels like because that's kind of what happened to me the night before. Imagine booking a flight at 2:30 in the morning and it was a little bit late. By the way, I stayed at the Holiday Inn Airport Express, which is right out of Terminal 3. And it was a good place to go, but like I said, you can only use the shuttle for Terminals 1 and 3. You come in on 2, which is budget carriers through Europe, you're going to need to take a taxi because it doesn't extend to that. It's good to see regular food. It feels good to just grab an ice cream or do whatever I want. I like that, so I'm enjoying being here. I always like to take a spa tour just to see what the spa has to offer. They love to show you around, and every spa is different on every ship. On this particular ship, the spa does not have a thermal suite with views. It's in the lower level, it's dark, and there is no hydro pool. The spa often offers discounts on port days or even on embarkation days, so if you're interested in a massage or treatment, this can be a great way to save a little money while you're enjoying the experience. After the tour, they have raffle tickets you can put into a box. That was not held until the following day at noon because we overnighted in Dubai. So this is a good way to win some free spa items, and it is a popular free drawing. It's very pretty. And it just looks like somewhere you'd want to work out, right? So here's the tip. Embarkation day is a great time to walk the ship, get oriented before the crowd builds up. Group fitness right there. So it's open. Right here. Oh, that's nice. There's plenty of space for like stretching and things. This view. Oh my goodness. It's a little... the bridge right there that you see in the distance, it's called an infinity bridge. It's like the infinity knot. They have Pilates. It's spacious and well equipped, though it doesn't have a sauna or changing room like the other ships do where you can use that. They have lockers in the gym. This looks so comfortable. Oh wow. You know, I don't remember this from the Odyssey at all. It's really nice. Walking around, I do like the track. The track is a little spongy, so it feels good and it would be good to run on. It is a longer track, so you don't have to go around it as much. I think checking into a cruise, it's just exhausting because you're all excited about things and whether or not everything's going to work out, and you know, I like this ship. Well laid out, actually. Got people having drinks. Anthem has plenty of open decks, pools, the solarium, jogging track, the sportsplex. So funny, in my last cruise, they didn't have anybody at the pool. It was so cold. Ripcord. I forgot about that. And then you've got your flow rider here on the aft of the ship. And then there's the rock climbing wall. So this is some more shade. It's very smoggy here, though, I have to say. Very aft of the ship now. It's been an easy check-in. The spa people are great. Everyone here is super friendly and nice. It goes up and around. I did this on the inside passage, and it was really nice. So sometimes when you specify certain times, early morning, or it's like special places, it will cost you a little more. This connects to the sports room, the sportsplex. Music hall. Royal Caribbean tends to shine with entertainment and big ship activities, so if that is your style, you'll love it. If you prefer smaller, quieter ships, another brand might feel more your speed. Every cruise line has its personality, and Royal is known for its unusual itineraries like the one I'm on here, which is why I keep coming back. One thing that made this embarkation just a little different was that Anthem of the Seas stayed overnight in Dubai. So many passengers went ashore, which meant the ship was surprisingly quiet. Beautiful evening out tonight. It's like probably it's balmy out. Probably around, I don't know, 80, 70, let's say 80 degrees. Probably. My cab driver said the population is over 3 million here. It kind of looks like Las Vegas. There's, a lot of buildings, tons of buildings. They all live in high rises. This was the beginning of a truly unique sailing Anthem of the Seas doesn't often sail from Dubai. This was a repositioning cruise along the Spice Route to Singapore with stops in Mumbai, Cochin, Penang, and Phuket, plus plenty of days at sea. It was one of the reasons I love Royal Caribbean itineraries. They take you on routes you rarely do on a land tour. Next up, I'll be sharing a full ship tour and my Dubai port guide. Be sure to subscribe for cruise tips, port guides, and solo travel inspiration. Thank you so much for watching. If you have found this helpful, enjoyable, or you've learned something, please make sure you hit that like button. Happy cruising, and until next time.